Today I'm going to show you the same client acquisition system that allowed me to sign my first 3 web design clients. And I'm going to share with you also the same KPIs and data points that you're going to follow up as well if you want to sign your first web design clients as soon as possible. And this client acquisition system I'm going to share with you not only allowed me to sign my first web design clients, but also allowed me to have 5-figure days, scale my web design agency to over 70K per month in retainers. And also we installed the same client acquisition system that I'm going to share with you today in dozens of web design agencies. And all of them scaled 10K, 20K, 30K per month, and also own equity in other web design agencies. For example, All with Funnels, all by Lewis, it's a multi-6-figure agency. He's making 50K per month. Ava Media, a 60K in run rate. Wings Web Design, it's at 85K in run rate. So I own equity in those web design agencies as well. I operate my own web design agency. Okay, so now that we get this as well out of the way, last time I was speaking with one of our clients and I just said to him like, hey, what made you want to go with us? I'm sure like you've been pitched by so many other agencies and you know, these local business owners, they pitch at least like 5-10 times a day, either cold calls, cold emails, but hey, why did you go with us? Then he showed me his phone, showed me the exact script I'm going to tell you right now. And he said that this script right here is repetitive. He hears the same script 5-10 times a day. Of course, not the same, there's other variables, but you're going to get the point. So the script is very simple. It's like, hey, business owner, we are a web design agency and we create websites for this X price. And we can also help you with SEO, also with blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They hear this message 10 times a day. So why they want to go with you if you're going to show them the same exact message? So most of you guys, you have no experience and you go blast thousands of messages. And if, at the end of the day, you get no clients, you wonder like, why I'm getting no clients? It's because of your message, but it's because of a lot of things as well I'm going to share in this video. So you need to understand at any given market, let's assume you're not making a mistake of going evergreen and you have a specific niche you want to target in your web design agency. I'll always advise you to do that because then you appear as an authority. But let's assume you have a niche. You got to understand that only 20% of your niche are sellable. The other 80%, they probably have a different agency you're working with, or they're not going to buy your services, even if you pitch them, even if you do anything possible, not going to buy it. Simple. Right now, as I'm filming this video, I think it's 16th of December. So as the 16th of December, right now, people are heading to Q1. And in Q1, a lot of people are kind of exploring new avenues and new ways to raise their revenue because it's like always, hey, Q4, maybe this year we didn't make enough money. We want to change everything in Q1. If you're fast enough, you launch your agency in Q1 or you launch your client acquisition system in Q1, you can get far better results than what you can get usually. And also the 20% of your market that are ready to buy, they're not all of them ready to buy right now. That's why your web design client acquisition system need to follow what I like to call a two birds, one stone approach. Meaning you focus on direct response ads, but at the same time, you focus on building trust, winning attention, and getting an omnipresence of your clients. Meaning there's going to be a lot of business owners that are not ready to buy from you right now for any reason, but they're probably going to buy from you 3 months later. If you actually like web design like me and you want to scale a web design agency past $10, $20, and $30,000 per month, then check out the offer that we have below. So basically what we do is we scale web design agencies to multiple 6 figures using one client acquisition system, one offer, one pricing, and 3 upsells. And basically we take only a small commission out of them. So that means if you don't sign any new clients, you don't pay. Simple as that. So if you want to learn more about it, check out the offer that I have below, and you can check out all the amazing testimonials from students that we help scale their agencies past 10 grand a month. Right now, let me break down the system that allowed me to sign my first web design clients, and the system we're still running right now. And the system is simply paid ads. But the problem that comes with paid ads is that most web designers rely on tactics, meaning they have a winning script, they have a winning offer, they think they can just carry on with this for years. But you need to understand that your tactics will die. You got to rely on principles, and principles always stay the same and last forever. That means, because I understand very well the right principles of how to make paid ads work for me, I know for sure I'm going to be always making money from paid ads for the next 10, 20, 30 years. As long as paid ads still exists, I'm going to still be making money. I don't care if there's more web design agencies out there, if there is more competition, I'm going to be still making money from paid ads because I understand the right principles. So when it comes to paid ads and paid traffic, we got to think about it simply as we have a dollar bill on this side, and then on the other side, we have our client. And then paid ads and paid traffic is just our conversion mechanism and our bridge to get that dollar bill and exchange it for one client. But of course, it's not simple as that. There's more into it, right? So in order for us to make paid ads work, we have a human, which is our client. And we're humans too, so we can put ourselves in his shoes, and we understand they have emotions too as human beings that we can tap into. And with the right catalyzer, we can motivate this human to take an action. By taking an action, I mean him booking a call, helping his sales calls, and you closing them as a client. Right now, what I want to talk about is the paid ads catalyzer that you should focus on as a web design agency owner if you're trying to pay money to Facebook and you getting a client. Because your worst nightmare should be you paying, let's say, $500, $1,000 to Facebook, and you getting no clients at all. But if you understand how catalyzers work and how you can put them into your advantage, you can literally pay like $1,500 to Facebook and you can get one client. Guess what? This client will pay you like $2,000-$3,000, and he will continue to pay you your trainers if you have the right backend systems in terms of upsells. So right now, what are these catalyzers that I'm talking about? So in order for us to understand that, we get a reverse engineering. For the moment our client booked a call, what are the different catalyzers, stimulus he had been into before booking that call? So first of all, what he's seeing is the hook. And the hook is basically the beginning, like the first 5-10 seconds of our ads. The purpose and the goal for this hook is just to win attention and basically make him watch this ad till the end so he can see the call to action as well, right? So that's the purpose. You just concentrate on that only. The hook, okay, I gotta optimize it so the viewer can watch the whole ad. Once you think, it's very important that you shift your mind and break down your goals into small segmentation, because once you start thinking in those small segmentations, then everything becomes easier. Okay, so now that we get the hook out of the way, so how can we make our client click and actually visit our landing page, right, before he can see the VSL and everything? What should we add on this ad? Probably, what questions he would have, like, why should I work with these people? Do they have social proofs? Yeah, I should include some social proof. Testimonials? Yeah, I should include some testimonials. Some no-brainer offers? Yeah, I should include some no-brainer offers. For examples like, hey, we're going to redesign your website for free. At the end of the day, it's not for free, just a Figma mockup. Yeah, that's something like, okay, I want to do this. We are designing your website for free. I only pay once you like it. Then you got to put yourself in the shoes of this prospect. You think like, hey, this prospect have money, but at the same time, he keeps his money close to him. He can only invest it where he can seize another way. He's not going to invest it in dozens of agencies that are reaching out to him every day, because he thinks if he do, he's not going to see his money back ever. And you want to put yourself in his shoes and answer all his questions and all his doubts so he can book a call right away. So it's a psychological game at the end of the day. Okay, so after he clicks on the landing page, right now he got to see our headline. So okay, so what's the purpose of this headline? The purpose of this headline is just to direct him to watch our VSL. All right, so right now that he's watching our VSL, probably we want to include some other testimonials, other social proofs. We'll talk more of the no-brainer offers and talk about clients that we've helped in this niche specifically. Just make him relax, make him think like, hey, even if he's just going to jump on this call, it's not going to be a pressure. It's just going to be a sales call where he's going to walk out as a winner at the end, because he's going to get a free website redesign. And if he does like, he's not going to pay. That's something that you can think of. Of course, I'm just giving you examples here, and you can leverage this to whatever no-brainer offer you want. Okay, so right now that he finished watching the VSL, there is the call to action, book a call. On the bottom of it, there's case studies, more testimonials. It's like, hey, this agency just a green flag. They've been working with a lot of roofers, for example. So I'm a roofer as well. And guess what? Like, I can see all the roofers that they're working with and, have nothing to lose. So why not book the call? So you got to make that decision for him to book that call as low resistant as possible. So when there is less resistant for your prospect, you book a call. And guess what? You can have more leads and more meetings from Facebook for the cheapest cost possible. And that's why we're getting leads for like $3, $5. We're getting meetings booked for $20. And most people out there, if they get a meeting booked for $200, $250, they're very, very happy. We're not happy with anything more than $50. So we try to keep all our meeting booked $50 and less. And how we achieve that? Not only with tactics, because as I say, tactics fade away, but you understand the right principles, you can always make your offer less resistant. Even if your market shift to a new direction, you can always shift with it. Okay, so now we get this all out of the way. I know that most of you guys want to scale to 10K a month, and after that you will want to scale to 30, 40K, but most of you just want to hit that first 10K a month mark first. And just to show you how easy it is, for you to hit it, even if you're beginning the first like 2-3 months of you running your agency, okay? So first of all, you got to understand, when you follow this paid ad system that I share with you, it's very simple. You run your ad, people book a call with you, they show up, there's other people that doesn't show up, and you have a nurturing sequence of people that didn't show up so they can show up. And once they did show up, you have a sales call with them. Once you have a sales call with them, either they close or they don't close. If they don't close, you just have another nurturing sequence and follow-ups. So you're probably going to close them in 30 days or 3 or 6 months down the line. Doesn't matter. So it's very simple looking at it this way. But in order for you to hit 10K per month in your web design agency, you got to optimize your back-end service delivery and upsell system. What I mean is, I don't want you to be a web designer that only rely on one-time project, because if you do, then you have to always recreate yourself and recreate your agency every month. Guess what? Because next month you can have 10 projects, $3,000 per project. That's $30,000. But you finish those projects, you have no time to take care of your client acquisition system anymore. And guess what? Next month you have no projects at all. You're back at 0, you're back at 3K, you're back at nothing. So you have to recreate yourself every time. So my advice is like, hey, operate a hybrid model where you always have those one-time projects, the sweet like $5,000, $10,000 projects, but at the same time, you're making at least $1,500, $2,000 per client, per customer. And it's very achievable when you have the right upsells. And what I mean by those right upsells, most of the time what we do is just software arbitrage. I'm not talking about the go high-level automations, SEO, and all that. This is just surface level. What we have is other upsell based on other software arbitrage, for example, like AI infrastructures and other stuff like that. that we sell for $15,000, guess what? Because the perceived value from it is very high. You cannot sell hosting for $1,500 a month. You cannot sell SEO $1,500 a month because the perceived value is not there. But if you have the right upsells that have high perceived value and high profit margins, and you can show them the perceived value from it, guess you can be making this $2,000 and even more money from your upsells. Even if you don't scale faster, you're gonna compound your revenue very fast to multiples. Like at the end of the year, you're gonna be at least at like 40, 50K per month just because of the upsells that you're selling. You get the point, right? I think most of you get the point right now. Okay, so now that we get this out of the way, let's go back to our equation to hit 10K per month. Right now, let's talk about the client acquisition system. So always on your KPIs, be pessimistic, shoot for the worst case scenario, and guess what? At the end of the day, if you have the best case scenario, you make more money, it's just a bonus. But always shoot and plan for the worst case scenario. So for us, let's say you're a total beginner and you have a closure rate of 17.5%. You don't have 100% qualified meetings, you have around 65 qualified meetings. That's, by the way, something that we can't control. You know, most of the times like 70, 65%, even if you're an expert beginner, because you cannot control the qualified, if you have a qualified meetings or not. Of course, there is other filters, but this is just, you know, a conversation for later because it can throw your budget to the roof. Anyway, so in order for you to achieve that 10K a month, let's assume you're running paid ads. So you need 151 leads, all right? Out of this 151 leads, from the KPIs I share with you right now, you're gonna have about 68 appointments, okay? Because not all of these appointments are gonna be qualified. Of course, there's nurturing sequences and other stuff that we do just to have a lot of these in qualified appointments and turn into qualified appointments later. But first of all, once you scale from 0 to 10K a month, you don't wanna focus on this. I call it makeup, right? Just something that is known for, because at 0 to 10K are like survival mode. You're gonna focus on the highest ROI activities that's gonna allow you to hit 10K, 15K per month. Once you're in that sweet spot, 10, 15K, then you start optimizing, you start adding nurturing sequences, you start adding all these fancy add-ons. But if you make no money at all, you have no money to optimize on, all right? So focus on making money first. Okay, so let's say right now, as I said, 68 appointments. Out of the 68 appointments, show up rate is 65%. By the way, show up rate right now we have is around like 75, 80%. But yeah, most of the time you can shoot for like 70%, right? Worst case scenario, 65% maybe. Out of your show up rate, you have 45 people that showed up. Sales call, right? So out of the 45 people that showed up to the sales call, you have presented your offer to 29 people. And out of this 29 people, you've signed 5 clients. And out of these 5 clients, 3 clients are one-time projects and 2 clients are one-time project plus upsells. So guess what? You create at least a $3,000 MR agency. Let's say you sell your one-time website project for 2K. We're going to shoot for the bare minimum here. 2 times 5, that's $10,000. So you made $13,000 in total, 10K in revenue and 3K MR. Because the MR is very important, guys, because once you want to sell your agency and once you just want to shift a new niche or just shift your strategy and want to change everything, you're not going to find yourself level base 0. You're going to be still making, you're not going to find yourself at level base 0. If you have 20 clients or retainers where each client pay you $1,500, it's 30K. It's a 30K MR agency. So you can sell no one-time projects for 4 months and you'll be still making that 30K a month. So you have more freedom, more flexibility to shift your agency, play with it, whatever you want, experience with new things, experience new upsells, new markets. You get it. It gives you freedom. And when your goal is growth, it's not money. It's totally 2 different things. That's a conversation for later. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you got value from it. You know, see you soon. Cheers.